medieval shows do a lot of preparation and work to make them look the time. In most cases, it takes them way too damn much money to just make the clothes. And then we have any props for like dishes or buildings. A lot of times it is CG, or they actually have to, for like the insides or directly outside. They have to actually build said buildings. It takes a lot of time and money. That is what I want to get into in this random rant. So let's get into it. So let's start off with talking about just one of the most recent shows that I have seen, which is Merlin. I talked about this in one of my previous rants. So if you guys do want to go check it out, it's about Katie McGrath and her two different roles on Supergirl and Merlin. Now, I would like to talk about how the fact that they have to make every little clothing for each and every character to fit the medieval times. Now, no pictures, sadly, because of my lacking ability to put edit the video. Now, hopefully, soon in later videos, I'll be able to too. But, just the fact that a lot of the clothes, like they have to, because a lot of the clothes, none of the clothes are modern thing clothes. So they have to make every single clothes for any background character and main character that they have. Now, if you watch the show, or if you want to watch the show, go watch it. Or if you've already seen it, you know that Merlin always wears about the same clothes. So for him, it's not that bad. A lot of the characters do wear about the same clothes because medieval times they don't have that many clothes unless you're rich. Then you have like Katie McGrath and her character Morgana, who never wears the same thing ever. Or like I don't know about the king, but King Uther. I don't know if what he wear. I don't pay attention to him because he kind of died in like season 4. Like we all know King Uther died. In the story, he dies. But that's when he dies, I think. But like just the clothes amaze me and how much I was thinking about it while I was watching the show, and I did binge watch the show by the way. Don't judge me. I like watching stuff. I've been watching Black Lightning and the second season of Umbrella Academy because it's really good. Really good shows. I like watching stuff. If it's good, I'll watch it. If it's not, then I won't watch it. Now, apart from the clothes, they have to make each and every piece of armor. Now, the armor may not have to be made. A lot of money may not have to be actually made. It's just spent to make it because people love their medieval armor. But they have to make armor for each soldier that you see on screen, unless it is a CG soldier, unless it's a bunch of because this was a time when CG wasn't that good, but CGing some bunch of soldiers based off of soldiers around them is not that hard. But they have to make it for each and every soldier. They have to make the swords, the shields, and they have to spend the money on the horses. And they have these all-out battles. And they're actually pretty good battles. CG's not that good. It's not the best. It's better than like freaking video game CG back in the freaking 90s when they had the freaking like PlayStation 2 graphics. If you know PlayStation 2 graphics, they are to use polygon like little. Like see my head with this weird like freaking weird shape to it. I don't know how to describe it. It's weird. You could never get a sphere in it. It's like making a very low poly box. Boxes don't have to be low poly. Oh, actually, boxes are already low poly. But like making a low poly sphere. Because spheres have a lot of, triangles or squares, whatever you want to do. Depending on what you're making, triangles are better for shaping stuff. This right now, it can be, but the dragon got better over the seasons, but like CG not that bad, but like that's not what we're going to. We're talking about the medieval, how much money that's spent on the medieval aspect of it. But after they build the the clothes and you have to make the goblets and and they have to make candles. Now most candles back then were handmade. They have these swords that they have to forge all these swords that you see on screen. Now they may exchange swords and they have maybe a maximum of like 30 swords because you see a bunch of people with swords in every scene. And it's amazing on how well they actually look. Now I'm not sure if like they actually were. Excuse me, at a young. It is freaking about 2:15 at night in the morning, early in the morning, because I am a terrible sleeper and I was watching stuff and I was thinking and I decided, you know what? Why not make a video for random because I was gonna do it. I was already going to do it anyway. And they have to make the candles, the torches. No torches on fire. That's it. Just get this wood. Wrap it in a cloth that is non-flammable or like a non-flammable like thingy on it that doesn't catch fire. But if you soak it in a flammable source, it will catch fire, but it will not catch. It'll be set on fire, but it won't actually fire. That's how they usually did it back then, and that's a great way to make torches nowadays. That you don't have to actually get a new torch every time you use one. They had to make books. None of the books didn't. But most of the books in shows like this do not have anything in them. They were just they look that way, but like they had to actually get books that looked the time. Now they had to, like, some books they had to actually fill out with random gibberish or something like that. Some Roman text. Just paste it in there. And they had to handwrite stuff, too. The time and money they put in just to an episode is actually really amazing. And then we have, like, castle rooms. Made out of pure, like, concrete. How do they make concrete? Like, I don't know. It was stone buildings. Make stone buildings. And wooden buildings, stone buildings, all these things, stone walls that you see. Now you only see like a section of a freaking wall up close. So I'm guessing the rest of it's CG. But the money they put into that show, which came out like. The show came out in 2008. First episode date, September 20, 2008. The final episode date, December 24th, 2012. Wales, Canada, and France. France. Good show. But they have to make all these things. Cloaks. Are part of the clothes, and then they have to make these buildings. The decorating the interior of each building, is it's amazing. On the fact of I know that it costs a lot to do that. It amazes. Now moving on to good old Game of Thrones, which is a more recent medieval times show, which everybody probably should know. It is a larger, better funded show because, as previously said, Merlin is. I don't know if you guys know this, but Merlin is. Is a very low budget show too, which is surprising. I'm pretty sure that most of the budget got spent on the stuff making it. And the rest is, funding each episode. I'll just a lot of time go shove them out in the woods. So, but Game of Thrones, it is a larger, more highly budgeted show than other stuff. Movies, I will talk about in just a minute. But we have Game of Thrones where they have to, like I said, make the clothes. And they have a lot more people to show, and a lot of them Most of them are not CG. Some of it, like gigantic crowds, are CG, because unless you're willing to spend the money on paying those people, and the costumes, the same. But the buildings. You see a lot of the buildings, and that some of them just like other stuff. You really want to build giant sets like that. No, it's mainly the inside of stuff, and a lot of the outside is CG. I think. Unless I'm wrong. I don't really do much research on this stuff. It's called Random Rant Man for a reason. I never do research or script out these episodes. Now onwards to medieval movies. Now a lot of money is put into just these making of these movies. Now there's a lot of money put into the CG to show these giant cities and giant fights. Because when you see people interact in it, like the making of the 100, right? Yeah, I've seen background scenes of the movie, like the 100, or wait, no, something. Wait, I don't think it's 100. No, that's a TV series. I am sorry. It was 300, not the 100. 300. Totally different things. Well, movies the way that and stuff like that. It takes a lot of money. But we're talking about medieval. Well, technically, it's not really medieval. It's more of Roman times. I think. Spartans, Romans, right? Or Greeks? Who the fuck knows? Probably a lot of people. But it's 300. Now, in this movie, a lot of a scene in background scene where, yes, a lot of the people in those battles are CG. Now, like about 15 people you see on screen are actual real. They're fighting each other, clashing and hitting swords, and the rest of the people are CG'd in to make it look like an actual battle. You know what I mean? No. Wait. But in for those movies, like, come on, Spartans didn't really wear much, if you think about it. No shirt, pair of skivvies, cape. Superman without the tight suit. Just give him his cape and his underwear he likes to wear over his clothes. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure why that's a thing. So, besides that, we all know that it takes millions of dollars to just make a medieval movie. So, I hope you like this random rant. It's a random rant, of course it is. It's what I like to go on. If I like to go on rants, so if I want to go on rants, I make an entire channel for it, and I'll be doing a lot more rants later. So, if you guys like this video, if you guys go subscribe, click on the link to the description. I got a website, I got a book / it's a little story I've written. Go check out the links in the description or on my other channel in the description. You know how this thing goes. I'm an idiot. You guys aren't. So, adios, and I'll be back. Another rant. Peace.